Hello, my name's Anne, and up to 3 months ago, when COVID started, I was a very active church member, in and out all the time. And then suddenly with COVID, I was forced to stop. I'm one of those people that falls into a vulnerable category, and I've had to shield for a large part of the time. This meant all the things I normally did came to a dead stop, and I had to think of new things to do. And the first thing I thought of was to clean up 30 years of house. And in doing so, I came across this picture. This is a picture of by Holman Hunt called The Light of the World, and it shows Jesus knocking on the door with greenery around the door and carrying a lamp. And the actual door has no handle. It always interested me. It sat on my grandmother's sitting room, and for me that was quite something, really, because I inherited it. And as I looked at that, I thought back and I remembered that when I'd first become a Christian, one of the things somebody told me was it's not that I was looking for Jesus, but that he was looking for me. That it's up to me to open the door to him to come in, not for me to wait for him to bash his way in. And that was quite remarkable. I'd been brought up in a home where unconditional love was not something I'd ever experienced. And in this, I found that Jesus was my unconditional love. He loved me despite what I was, and he was wanting me to be in a relationship with him. I think I was staggered by this, and I was literally overwhelmed by his love in this. And because of that, I became very hungry to know more about him. I read the Bible, I prayed, I met with other Christians, I prayed with other Christians, and in that time I found that God was very, very real to me. And it was exciting to know that. But as I grew older, I got married, I had children, I had a responsible job. All these things began to displace this early hunger that was there. I hadn't stopped believing in Jesus. In fact, I was ministering believing in Jesus, and I still think I would. But he sort of shifted into a bit of a corner in my life. It's like a friend that no longer lives with you, but is just a little bit distant. So, and when I looked at this picture, I thought back to that time, and I asked God what he wanted to say to me. And he said to me, I want you to ask and it will be given to you, to seek and you will find, and the door will be open again. It's not so much now that Jesus is knocking on the door. He wants me to open it to him. So in this time, I've been seeking to be hungry for Jesus, to know him better again, to understand him better. And I do think that is something that he wants me to learn in this time, and maybe you too, that it's time to want him in our lives in a deeper way, as the outside things have been stripped away, to actually allow us to know what is real and what is important, which is our relationship with Jesus.